Welcome to episode 141 of the Alcohol Addiction Podcast. My name is Lee Davey. I'm not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I'm someone who doesn't drink alcohol and spend every waking moment helping other people do the same. I am currently in Seoul, the capital of South Korea, doing a little bit of an Asian trip. Because of that reason, you're not going to be getting any interviews one-on-one with me with some wonderful people around the world, purely because it's really difficult for me to schedule the time in with these folks because I don't really know where I'm going to end up in the world. I don't know whether or not the internet connection is going to be stable. So I don't want to let people down. So I've told everybody that I'm not going to be doing any personal one-to-one interviews with people until I get back into the UK in September. So I'm in Seoul at the moment. I've been traveling around Jeju, a little island south of South Korea. I really enjoyed my time here. And in a few hours' time, I'm going to be heading off to Tokyo. I'm going to be spending 3 days there and then 3 days in Kyoto, which is also in Japan. And then I'm off to Bali to hopefully not get bitten by too many mosquitoes. I'm going to be there for a month and then I'm going to go back to the UK. And we'll talk about that a little bit more, actually, my traveling and stuff in this podcast. It's only going to be a short one, but I think traveling is, it's going to be useful chorally to talk about, to mesh in my message here in this one, which is doing and being. But before we get there, I just want to say a well done to the current crop of Truth About Alcohol life-changing experience incumbents, I guess we can call them. Teresa, Tony, Serena, and Lottie. I've been reading your homework this week while I've been in various cafes in South Korea, and the depth and level that you're going into during the life-changing experience is unbelievable. I think I have high hopes for the group. I think they're going to do really well. Laurie is being moderating that group. It's the first time that Laurie has taken up that challenge. She's doing a fantastic job, Laurie. Just want to send my love out to you. I think you're doing fantastic there. You are a superstar. And Susanna is a moderator in training on that life-changing experience. And if you too also want to be a Truth About Alcohol moderator, then you have to take the Truth About Alcohol life-changing experience. Once you've gone through that experience, you come out the other end as someone who doesn't drink alcohol, and then you and I can have a chat and you can become a paid member of the Truth About Alcohol, where you get paid to help other people become just like you, people who don't drink alcohol. And what a wonderful, fulfilling life or career, hopefully in the future, that will be. Okay, we have a new session this month. It will be the Truth About Alcohol Life-Changing Experience Session 8. If you're interested in that, then what I suggest you do is you go to www.thetruthaboutalcohol.co.uk. There is an opt-in form there. Fill that form in and you will gain access to a webinar helping you to become someone who doesn't drink alcohol without craving. And while you're taking that webinar, at the end of it, it will give you some in details on the life-changing experience, and you can sample it for yourself. If you want to bypass the whole webinar experience, that takes you 90 minutes, then just email me at thetruthaboutalcohol@gmail.com and express your interest in the group, and we'll sort that out for you. What else have we got going on? I created a new experience on the website. It's called Radical Honesty. I truly believe that the reason that Teresa, Tony, Serena, and Lottie are doing so well in the life-changing experience and they are on their way to becoming people who don't drink alcohol is they are freely expressing lots of thoughts and feelings that have been suppressed for many, many years. If you want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol, then adopting a radically honest life is really super important. And the way that we do that is by exercising this muscle that we have atrophied in terms of talking and answering questions and responding in the way that we really want to without wearing any masks, okay? Basically, it's the experience costs you £20. You get a question a day that I provide to you and I answer myself to give you some guidance, and then you just get in the habit of answering some really deep, thoughtful questions. It's a really beautiful experience. If you're interested in it, then send me an email at thetruthaboutalcohol@gmail.com and we'll get you signed up to Radical Honesty. Last but not least, we're working on something called the Strive Academy. If you're a member of the Alcohol Monologues, we are changing the Alcohol Monologues to be the Strive Academy. That's why you haven't had any information, you haven't had any course content for a while. So we're going to change that up. It's going to be called the Strive Academy, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, once I get settled in Bali, we'll be producing the Strive Academy. It will be fortnightly meetups online, but live, where you can ask me as many questions as you want. And the whole purpose of Strive Academy will be to answer a lot of questions that strivers have when it comes to the early parts of being someone who doesn't drink alcohol. So I'll give you more information on that as it comes up. So today we're going to talk about doing and being, inspired by a blog post by Bernadette Jiwa, who is an Australian marketer and brander. Okay. And basically, I wrote a little musing about it. It's very simple. And it says, at Strive, we help people do the things they want to do so they can be the people they want to be. So come on then, what is it you want to do? At Strive, we help people do the things they want to do so they can be who they want to be. So come on then, what is it that you want to do? But before you answer that question, I think the most pertinent question is, what is it that you want to be? Okay. Now, at the Truth About Alcohol Life-Changing Experience, when you reach module 3, which is the freedom module, we will be asking you to take a commitment known as the vow. Okay. Many people say when they become someone who doesn't drink alcohol, it just clicked this time. I don't know what happened, but something was different. And these are people saying this after trying countless times over many years. They just say, something just clicked. I don't know what it was, but it just clicked. Okay. That to me is the vow. That is the moment when you decide that you want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol. Now, that vow, that decision to change your paradigm, like to have a paradigm shift, to move from conscious thinking to subconscious thinking. So you're moving from like a conscious zombie-like robotic automatic thought, but now what you've done is you've tapped into your subconscious. You've tapped into who you really are. You've tapped into who you really want to be. You've tapped into meaning. You've tapped into purpose. You've tapped into love, warmth, bravery, courage, all those things. And you've decided that no longer do you want to be this rote zombie that just travels around the world doing everything that everybody else wants us to do, including drinking alcohol, where we're absolutely destroyed by the marketing messages and the subliminal messages that are coming our way. And instead, you're more awake, you're more focused, your subconscious mind, which is kind of operating things here in a deeper level. You're more in control of it now because you understand, yes, I want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol, which is completely different to I want to stop drinking alcohol. There are many people who come to Strive or take the life-changing experience who say they want to stop drinking alcohol, but they haven't taken the vow to be somebody who doesn't drink alcohol. There is a huge difference. Okay, there is a huge difference. If you just come to Strive thinking I want to quit alcohol, I'm fed up of it, etc., I hate it, it's disgusting, I'm just fed up of arguing with everybody, but you don't make the paradigm shift, you don't take this orientation of actually taking a vow of being someone who doesn't drink alcohol, then you are always going to be battling against resistance, because the truth of the matter is, the reason you drink alcohol is you fucking love it, right? You love drinking alcohol. I say this a lot on this podcast, okay? If you take the life-changing experience or you become a Strive member and you are being triggered on a regular basis, and what I mean by being triggered, if it's an unfamiliar term to you, is that you continually think about drinking alcohol, even though you don't want to. You're having cravings and desires to drink. It's because those cravings and those desires, those urges, those triggers are being driven by the desire and the need to do something that provides value in your life, right? Ergo, each time I have a drink, it provides me with value. Right? I've got this thought going around in my head that I'm an ugly, pathetic waste of space. If I drink alcohol, it will get rid of that thought. Therefore, it is of value to me. I'm going to a social event tonight and I'm an introvert and everybody's an extrovert and I feel like an idiot. But if I drink alcohol, then all of a sudden I'm going to be an extrovert. It has value for me. If I go out drinking tonight with my friends and I'm drinking water, I'll look like an idiot and I don't like looking like an idiot. So I'll drink alcohol with everybody else. It has value to you. And as much as you keep onto that value, you keep holding on to that value, you keep wanting and desiring that value, then you're never going to make this life orientation change to become someone who doesn't drink alcohol. Okay. And you might be saying, well, no, I do want that. I do want that. Well, look, let's be very, very frank here. I'm radically honest, as I was talking about it earlier on. To be someone who doesn't drink alcohol includes an incredible amount of sacrifice. Incredible amount of sacrifice. And 99.9% of people aren't up for it. They're not ready to sacrifice it. What does sacrifice mean? Well, right now, stop this podcast wherever you are, get out your mobile phone and go to your notes section on Android or iPhone, whatever it is, and write down as many values as you get out of alcohol that you can think of, right? Just write them all down. How much value does alcohol provide you with? So you could have things like, I love the way it tastes. It makes me feel funky. I love the buzz. It slows me down. It makes me sleep better. It stops me from sleeping. It helps me be strong and argue back to my partner. It gives me revived energy. It makes me feel sexy. It makes me fuck like a demon. Whatever, all this value you have over alcohol, make a huge, big list of it, right? Huge. And if you do your job well, you'll get at least 10 to 20 easy without even breaking stride. Okay, now look at that list, 10 to 20 things that alcohol provides you with. Now, if you want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol, you can't have those things, baby. They don't exist anymore. You cannot do them, all right? You have to take a hit in status in the short term in order for your status to improve in the long term. And status is really important here. It's this dip in status that prevents you from being someone who doesn't drink alcohol. And what do I mean by status? It means if you're going to the pub with your friends and you're drinking cider with them right now, your status is at the status quo, right? People like you, they love you, whatever. You start drinking lime and soda and they're going to look at you and think you're a complete abomination. Your status is going to drop. You don't want that to happen, okay? So you will not sacrifice these 10 to 20 things that alcohol provides you with. And if you don't sacrifice them, then you're never going to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol, which goes back to the purpose of this podcast. At Strive, we help people do the things they want to do so they can be who they want to be. But who do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol? If you do, then join Strive, become a Striver, take the radical honesty experience, take the truth about alcohol experience, listen to every single podcast, sacrifice every single thing that alcohol provides you in terms of value, do everything that Lee and the other truth about alcohol moderators say, check in every single day on the Strive Community Forum, do everything that we tell you to do, and the odds and the mathematics show that you will be someone who doesn't drink alcohol. You will be the person you want to be if that's what you want. But if you don't want to do that work, if you're not up for that, if you don't think you're ready for the challenge, then that is not who you want to be, okay? That is not who you want to be. So the question you've got to ask yourself is, who do I want to be? Do I want to be a fuckwit who keeps drinking alcohol all the time and alcohol keeps ruining my life? Or am I going to take control of this alcohol issue? Am I going to take control? And am I going to say, no, enough is enough? This thing, this poison that kills 3.3 million people a year is fucking up my life. And I want to be done with it. There is no fucking value with it. I want to be done with it. Let's attack this head on, all right? At Strive, we help people do the things they want to do so they can be who they want to be. But what do you want to do? But before you figure out what you want to do, who do you want to be? I, in 2009, said I wanted to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol. And it's 2018, 9 years later, okay? And because I took that vow and I knew who I wanted to be, I was able to do the things that I wanted to do, such as travel around Asia, such as do this podcast from a beautiful hotel in Seoul, to jump on an airplane tomorrow and go to Japan, to jump on the bullet train, one of the fastest trains in the world, to go from Tokyo to Kyoto, to go to Bali, to do all these wonderful things, okay? Not because I've got a lot of money, because I haven't, because I'm broke, but you don't need money to do all these things as well. You don't need as much money as you think you do to do all these things. You just need to get your life orientation out there. You need to tap into the subconscious and say to it, I don't want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol anymore. I want to be a human being that provides a service in the world. And lo and behold, some wonderful things start to happen to you, okay? And I know what you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's all right for you, Lee, you know, traveling around the world. Anybody could do it. I was an absolute waste of space, drunk, okay, who lived in a valley of 3,000 people, who had a job that he hated, was stuck in a marriage that was going nowhere, okay? I lost absolutely everything, but turned it all around by understanding and accepting this question of what are the things that we want to do and who is it that we want to be? All right. Got any questions on this whatsoever, send me an email at thetruthaboutalcohol@gmail.com. But start today. Make that vow. Who do you want to be? Be someone who doesn't drink alcohol. What do you want to do? Well, come on. Come to Strive. Do the Truth About Alcohol life-changing experience. Take the Radical Honesty experience and join Strive Academy when it opens up. I'll take care, folks, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.